Lesson 25. How are boys and girls different?
Warm-up dialogue. Male dominance.
Let's stop this game and go to the park now.
Why should we always do what you want? I like this game.
Because I'm the man.
You're not old enough to be a man yet. And anyway, what does that have to do with anything? Just because you're the male doesn't automatically mean you're the boss.
Of course it does. Males are stronger and smarter than females.
Is that so? You know, I can beat you up anytime I want to. I've done it many times.
That's because you're bigger than I am. It takes boys longer to grow.
And I'm a better student than you are.
That doesn't mean anything. You have more time to study. I have lots of other things to do, like play football.
So playing football means that you're the boss?
No, not exactly. But the most important people have always been men. They're supposed to be the leaders.
Okay. Tell me that you and your friends are more honest than my friends.
I didn't say that.
Tell me that your friends are more mature than mine.
I didn't say that either. In fact, I admitted that you're more mature for now. But when we all grow up, it's going to be the men who are going to make all the important decisions. And you're just going to have to obey us.
I guess you just don't realize that times have changed, do you?
They haven't changed at all. Men are born to rule.
Do you want me to beat you up again? Is that it?
Even if you do, it won't change anything. Eventually, I'll keep growing and you'll stop. And then I'll have my revenge.
Questions. 1. Why does Bruce think that men are the natural leaders in society? 2. Why does Roberta disagree? 3. Who wins the argument? Does anybody win? Pictures talk. One. Question number 1. Do you think girls are more talkative than boys? Why or why not? Question number 2. What do girls talk about? Question number 3. What do boys talk about?
2. Question number 1. Do you agree that girls are more jealous than boys? Question number 2. Talk about cases you know of girls being jealous. Question number 3. Talk about cases of boys you know being jealous.
3. Question number 1. Do you think girls are more worried about their weight than boys are? Question number 2. Other than weight, what aspects of their body do girls care most about? Question number 3. Do you think boys are very interested in their appearance or not much at all? Explain your answer.
4. Question number 1. Do you think girls have more interest in fashion than boys do? Question number 2. Do you think girls spend more money than boys on clothes and accessories? Question number 3. What do girls buy to improve their appearance? What do boys buy?
5. Question number 1. Do you think girls have more difficulty studying math than boys do? What about English? Question number 2. What subjects do you think girls do well in general? Question number 3. What subjects do boys excel at? Why do you think there are differences, if any?
6. Question number 1. Do you think girls are more emotional than boys? Why or why not? Question number 2. Do you think girls are more imaginative than boys? Why or why not? Question number 3. Do you think girls are more empathetic than boys? Why or why not?
Answer me. One, sibling rivalry. What's the matter with you? You look upset.
I'm upset about my dad.
Why? What did he do? Did he hurt you?
Not physically, no, but I'm tired of playing second fiddle to my sister. I think he loves her more than me.
In what way?
He always gives her anything she wants.
Such as?
Well, if she wants extra money, he always gives it to her, but he never gives me enough.
Anything else?
She always gets what she wants.
Is she older than you?
What does that have to do with it?
Maybe your father doesn't love your sister more. Maybe he just thinks you're still a baby.
That's even worse.
Questions. 1. Do you think fathers love daughters more than sons? 2. Whom do you think mothers love more, boys or girls? 3. What about your parents? Do they love their kids equally, or do they have favorites? Explain your opinion.
2. Sweet Janet.
Let's go get some ice cream.
I thought you were worried about what you eat.
I am. I'm on a very strict diet.
You're on an ice cream diet? That sounds wonderful.
No, silly. But I'm allowed to splurge a little bit on things I like, as long as I don't go overboard.
I see. But I still don't understand why girls seem to enjoy snacks more than boys do, even though they're always complaining about their weight.
That's just a generalization. Not all girls are like that.
Not all girls, of course, but most of them. Why is that?
Because we're so sweet, I guess.
If you were that sweet, you wouldn't need to eat the extra sweet things.
That's not a sweet thing to say. I was going to treat you to an ice cream cone, but now I guess I'll have to eat by myself.
I was just kidding, honest. I think you're very sweet. Questions. 1. Do you think girls enjoy snacks more than boys do? Explain your opinion. 2. What snacks do girls enjoy most? 3. What snacks do boys enjoy?
3. A hungry boy's dilemma.
I'm hungry.
Why don't you fix something to eat?
Cooking is women's work.
What? How can you believe such a thing? Everybody should learn how to cook.
Why?
You just said you're hungry. Your mom isn't home, so she can't fix you anything. And I'm certainly not going to. But if you could cook on your own, you wouldn't have to stay hungry.
Well, that's why there are so many fast food restaurants, I guess.
Do you have any money?
Well, no.
Poor boy. Then what are you going to do?
Well, I guess I will fix something after all. Would you like some boiled eggs?
Questions. 1. Do you think boys should learn how to cook? Why or why not? 2. Did your parents ever teach you how to cook? 3. What foods can you prepare? What is the tastiest food you can prepare by yourself?
4. Pent-up emotions. Are you crying? It's just a movie.
But it's so sad.
Girls are just too emotional, I guess. Men don't cry at movies.
Don't you laugh during funny movies?
Sure, but that's different.
No, it's the same thing. Laughing at funny things and crying about sad things are the appropriate emotional responses.
Maybe so, but real men don't cry in public.
That's so unnatural. I guess boys are taught not to cry because crybabies are believed to be weak and unmanly.
That's what I was saying.
That's so sad. Keeping one's true emotions all bottled up inside can't be healthy. Men should be more honest with themselves, and then maybe they'd be happier and healthier too.
Questions. 1. Do you think crying is a sign of weakness? 2. Do you think emotional responses should be the same for boys and girls alike? 3. Why do you think boys feel ashamed if they cry?
Let's talk more. 1. Growth rate. Girls grow up much faster than boys. Their bodies grow more quickly. Have you noticed how many young girls are taller than boys of the same age? Their bodies also become adult at an earlier age. Young boys often have a very high voice until well in their teens, and may be embarrassed by the way it changes when they talk. Young girls may be rather womanly, but very few boys are manly yet. However, the boys do catch up, and they all become mature adults eventually. Questions. 1. What does being mature mean? Is it only a physical description, or can it mean emotional as well? 2. Do you agree that girls are more mature than boys at the same age? Why or why not? 3. Do you think you are fully mature yet? Why or why not?
2. Troublemakers. In the last week, how many girls do you know who got in trouble at school? How many boys did? In most situations, the boys in trouble probably far outnumber the girls who were. Does that mean that girls are more honest than boys? More mature? Less adventurous? Although maturity may indeed have something to do with it, the answer probably has more to do with social training. In most societies, girls are much more protected than boys are. They have less freedom to do what they want and are expected to behave in conformity to certain standards more than boys are. They may even have less means, such as money or free time, to do what they would like. Questions. 1. Who do you think is more mature, girls or boys? Who has more freedom? 2. Do you think girls are more truthful than boys? Explain your answer. 3. Do you think girls follow the rules more often than boys? Discuss your answer.
3. It's easy to be economical when you don't spend any money. Girls are said to be more frugal than boys. They don't like to be called cheap, however. As far as they are concerned, they are more economical. On the other hand, boys are often expected to pay girls' expenses when they are together, while girls are hardly ever expected to pay for boys. And to avoid embarrassment or to show off, boys may spend more than they can really afford to make sure girls have a good time. Questions. 1. Who do you think is more likely to be thought of as cheap, girls or boys? Explain your response. 2. How often do you buy snacks for your friends? Do you think they are more generous or less generous in this regard? 3. What do you think about going Dutch? Is it better for each person to pay for his own expenses, or to take turns paying for everyone else.
4. Sports for all. A lot of boys spend more time on athletics than on academics. If they are not playing sports, they are watching sports on television or talking about sports among themselves. In some cases, male popularity is based more on physical ability than on intelligence or moral character. On the other hand, girls who have similar interests in playing or watching sports are thought of as being tomboys. They are expected to be more interested in music or makeup. But why can't individuals follow their own minds and do whatever they like without social judgment? Questions. 1. Do you agree that boys like sports a lot more than girls do? 2. What do girls like to do? What shared interests do boys and girls have? 3. Do you like sports? Which ones? Why?
Real talk. Birthday wants.
I'm having a birthday party next Tuesday. Can you come?
Next Tuesday? That's my birthday too. I was going to invite you to my party.
I guess you can't come to mine then, and I can't go to yours either. Oh well.
But at least I can send you a birthday card.
Yeah, I'll send you an email card today.
I'd rather have an old-fashioned paper card instead. It's more personal, I think.
Okay, but I've never sent one of those before. The email ones are so convenient.
What would you like for your birthday?
I hope my parents get me a new game player. My old one is so slow and dull. None of my friends want to play on it anymore.
I hate playing electronic games.
I thought you liked games.
I do. I love to play real games with real people, but I don't like the electronic ones. They just don't interest me.
I could spend all day playing. If I get a new one, that is. But I don't think my parents understand. They think that since my old one works fine, that I don't really need to get a state-of-the-art model.
Well, I hope you get it.
What do you want?
I'm sure that my folks will get me a nice new dress and shoes. I can hardly wait.
What? You mean that's what you want to get? Clothes? That's no fun. We get clothes all the time anyway, so we should get something special for our birthday.
New clothes are very special. Dresses go out of fashion very quickly, you know, so it takes a lot of work to keep up to date.
One pair of shoes is just like any other pair.
No, they're not.
Oh yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to play football in my dress shoes. I would ruin my feet. But any pair of sports shoes is just as good as any other pair of sports shoes. It really doesn't matter what you wear, until they wear out, of course.
So I guess having new shoes is just as important to me as having a new game is to you. Questions. 1. When is Nancy's birthday? 2. Which one is probably more interested in surfing the net? Why do you think so? Try to base your answer on what Nick and Nancy say. 3. In what way are their birthday wishes similar? How are they different? Read me. Unfair discrimination. Is it true that girls are smarter than boys? Or that boys are more honest? Are domestic chores more suitable for women than for men? The way you answer these questions says a lot about your view of the world. For instance, we can say that adult women are shorter and weigh less than adult men. But we are talking in terms of average sizes. It does not mean that every man is larger than every woman. Intelligence tests may be similarly skewed, although actually there is no evident gender difference in intelligence. So an average result does not guarantee the same result in every individual case. If we move from the general issue of intelligence to that of specific aptitudes, again, we will find that gender is no barrier to talent. A woman may have the skills that would allow her to be a fine politician, CEO, or welder, while a man might become an exceptional homemaker and child care giver. So it is just as discriminatory to disparage house husbands as it is to ridicule female presidents. The reason we categorize or prejudge people's ability on the basis of race, nationality, age, disability, gender, wealth, status, education, religion, or any other metric, rather than on the actual performance of the task itself, is rooted in cultural assumptions. The sooner we can learn to accept people for their genuine abilities, the sooner we can all lead more productive, useful, and happy lives. Questions. 1. Name one real difference between males and females. 2. Have you ever felt someone has unfairly prejudged you? Describe the situation. 3. Are some people better because of what family they belong to?